Now, breakups and heartbreaks can be very hard and stressful to people because you put your energy, time, attention, focus, etc. into just one certain individual. And once that feeling of euphoria, comfortableness with that other person, and dopamine immediately just stops, your body can tend to go into shock. And some people may cry, get depressed, and it's pretty natural emotional responses because of the situation you're in. But you must remember in God's word in Psalms chapter 34 verses 18 that it says that he's close to the brokenhearted. In 1 Peter chapter 5 verses 7, that if you cast your worries and cares unto the Lord, he will care for you. But sometimes you're just going to have to charge it to the game and move on, as hard as it is to say. Now, this is for the fellas. You don't want to be just a slug sitting in your room, watching TV, scrolling through social media, not being productive, putting a blanket over your head, lighting the candles, rocking back and forth, clutching the pillow, singing R&B songs. Yo, cause when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna leave. Yo, she's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be, where I wanna be. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Now, fellas, I'm telling you right now, if you and your ex break up and you start crying and singing R&B songs to her, highly likely any chance of you getting back together, you just ruined it. Or you may say, perhaps, I shall formulate multiple tactics and philosophies so I can get her back. Bruh. Don't do that. Move on, man. Of course, it all depends on the circumstance and how the breakup was actually initiated, but overall, just from what I've seen, the relationship itself was very toxic, and y'all are not even good for each other in the first place, to be honest with you. And you know what else I realized? Sometimes you must hurt in order to know, fall in order to grow, lose in order to gain, because life's greatest lessons are learned through pain. Shout out to Pain from the Akatsuki right there for that quote. I believe the people that are actually in your life and God is trying to remove them from your life, however, you're so caught up in your feelings and your emotions are overriding logic, and you're saying, oh man, maybe it'll work out, maybe that'll change, maybe they will change. I believe God will say, okay, and he will allow them to actually temporarily hurt you, only just for a little while, as far as you let it go, in order for you to gain understanding and knowledge that you need to leave the situation pronto, and you can't just have them just stay around and just continuously let them hurt you. God is supposed to be your number one whenever it comes to anything. So the same thing is included whenever it comes to heartbreaks. So the number one thing that you should do is honestly just go to God in prayer and say, God, I'm really hurting here. Can you help me? I don't like feeling this way. And then he will actually weave his self into your situation and begin to work his way into your life to actually help you. Now, the second thing is time, because whenever something initially starts to happen in your life, depending on what it doesn't just automatically come and just go automatically. It doesn't just happen that way. It'll stay for a little while, and then as time progresses, you'll move on. Everything will be okay, but you can't just stay stuck in the past and be like, what if, oh man, I really miss them. No, man, you got to move on with your life. There's millions, billions of people out here, and you're just stuck on that one person, especially if they weren't good for you. Like I stated earlier in the video, it all depends on the circumstance. My last person who I was involved with, it wasn't necessarily a toxic relationship. I can honestly say that it just didn't work out. And typically, it doesn't happen that way. Typically, there's like some cheating, some arguments and everything. Everyone has every relationship has their arguments. But I can honestly say it just didn't work out. Like, it just wasn't meant to be. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, I didn't necessarily go through a heartbreak. But what really helped me was I already had a relationship with God in the first place. So, it didn't really hurt me as bad. I was just like, dang, man. Dang. I mean, there's kind of nothing else for me to say, but my foundation is Christ anyways. So, I mean, it didn't really, I didn't lose God. Now that would really hurt. That would really hurt. There's been times, well, there has only been one time whenever I tried to rebel and go away from against God and do my own thing, and that honestly felt bad. I felt completely lost. So yeah, time, like I said before, go to God. Time, there's multiple. Find hobbies to do and find something productive and something positive to do. You can go hang out with your friends that you are doing something positive with. You can go out. Exercise is a way to actually expel the anger and pain out of your system, aka also known as your body. Find something constructive to do and something that is positive, and as time moves on, you'll get over the heartbreak. Life moves on. Everything will be okay. You're not the first person to get their heart broken. You're not going to be the last person that is going to get your heart broken. But if you really, really are a Christian and you are God-centered, whenever that relationship ends, if it ends, I don't want to put that on nobody. If it ends, you'll be okay because you'll have Christ as your backbone anyways.